go, man.
Where are we off to, Gary? What are we doing? Why are we doing it?
I don't know why we're doing it. I ask myself that every 2 weeks. We're off to the Hut Group, to the Stick to Football studio. Every 2 weeks, that same journey. Consistency, very important.
Easily. Look. 25 to...
Boost your cameras, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear
It's
me?
probably one of the most challenging days that we'll have had in thinking of storylines.
Who scores? Who scores goals?
Yes, exactly. You don't love the game. Get out.
So nice, baby. Toilet. Toilet.
This podcast is getting in your way today, but we'll get through it. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're always ready. I am letting the cat out of the bag here, aren't I? Lively.
This is how I have to prep.
The exciting thing about today is we've just, in the last week, agreed with Roy, Jill, Cara and Righty for another 2 years. Whether you like it or not, you're going to get another 2 years to stick to football. I think if one of them left, I think I'd close it. You know, obviously sometimes, you know, Cara's not there because of Champions League. But I do feel like, you know, you lose something when one of the sort of group isn't there.
Why did you start the Stick to Football?
So obviously I set off on the overlap on my own, just doing the individual interviews, but I always thought about live events and live shows. So if you remember, we did the overlap on tour, and I didn't like it. It's a good reason to start Stick to Football, isn't it? But I didn't like it. I didn't like the live events. I felt like I was under pressure. We were under pressure. You know, people were paying like 40, 50 quid for a ticket, and then this idea that they're going to come and watch us talk about football, but you feel like you've got to put on a show for them, and you feel like you've got to basically sort of like deliver because they paid a lot of money. And I just didn't like the idea of it at all. But what I did like was the dynamic of the people who were on the stage. So I then thought to myself, I think this would be very different if we could get 4 or 5 people together on a regular basis around a bar. I started with the idea of obviously Roy and Cara. Roy had been doing some stuff with Righty on ITV, and I thought it was a really strong dynamic there of them two. And then I'd done something with Jill, and I can't remember what it was now. And I thought, like Jill's a good person, first and foremost. She's obviously had an incredible football career. But I felt like she could live in the environment, quite a demanding environment, you know, being in with us. You know, you think about Cara, the intensity of Cara. Obviously at times Roy has an intensity to him, I do at times, and you think, you know, you need to be a certain type of character and personality to be able to live in that environment in terms of how people sit with one another. Very early on, I thought, yeah, it feels like home actually, doesn't it?
Boost your cameras, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me?
I remember sat there on the first show and we're all just having a conversation, and then I think I went, right. And I think I tried the welcome to Stick to Football in front of the others, and I just felt completely like out of my comfort zone, didn't like it at all. So I just binned it. I just remember thinking, no, we'll just go for it. We'll just basically walk in, start conversations, and then we'll just start on the first topic, and that can become part of the show. And when you edited it with Barry, I remember seeing the first one of it, just, you know, people walking in at different times, and sort of like people walking onto set, and the cameramen being in view and the sound being in view, and everything being a little bit imperfect, and thinking, I really liked it. I really liked the flow of it, and I thought, yeah, right, that's what we're going to do. I don't have to be a host. I don't know if people at home have worked it out, but we only film every 2 weeks, and we film 2 shows in one day. The topical show, which we'll do this morning, which goes out tomorrow, and then we do the guest episode, which goes out the week after, which is evergreen, which means that we don't date it. We don't put anything in that relates to this week or last week. So we lock the dates in at the start of the season, and it doesn't move, does it? Well, we can't move it, can we? Because of Roy. We can't move a date, can we? That would be a bad move.
So this is going out in June? Okay, so we're sitting here in June and Sunderland are in the Premier League. Yeah, that's what we're doing in June. What else has happened in June? Did Arsenal win the Champions League? Maybe. What else could happen in June?
What are you doing today then, Joe?
Is it June?
No, it's not. It's all May.
It's still May, okay. So today we have Sean Dyche on, which will be good. Carragher is not here again, so we have substituted him for Paul Scholes. That's a sentence you've never ever heard, ever.
Who've we got on, by the way, if Carragher's not on?
Scolesy.
Oh, is Scholesy on?
Yeah.
I was with Scholesy yesterday.
Did you mention it?
No, not at all. I didn't even know he was on.
Paul Scholes. He scores goals. He scores goals. He scores goals. He scores goals. He scores goals.
I always get dead happy when you're on the...
Right. He scores goals.
Okay.
So I get there, have half an hour with you, and with Beth, and with Pat, and with Barry. And it's not really a pre-production meeting as such. It's more of a case of, right, what are the 3 or 4 subjects today that we're going to discuss?
Yeah. Have you got it there? Oh, you got it there.
Right here. So you did that, or is this our opening page that Gary's got? There's always something, and when you have a really strong calibre of pundits, that helps you out a lot, because they'll have strong opinions on everything and anything, and that really kind of gets you out of a spot. And some of our best pieces are not even being written down or in the running orders at all. They're just stuff that they come up with on a whim in the green room that we never thought of, and it's probably been sitting on their mind all week that they want to get off their chest.
Right, Benja.
I'm good, mate.
I feel like you've lost weight.
Yeah, I am a bit.
What you been doing?
Well, what everyone tells me I've been doing is having jabs or dying.
Or dying?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's none of them.
Just not been eating as much.
Oh, you know. You don't look like you're dying, to be fair.
You dying? No.
See that goal Anthony scored the other day for Betis again?
Fucking hell. He scored a few, hasn't he?
My God, that was amazing right now. I was like, wow.
Obviously people recognise that Stick to Football starts when I walk in, and then obviously others walk in at different points behind me. But what they've not seen is that we have this green room, this quite dark sort of sofa room where there's a makeup desk and there's little snacks. And we sit in there, don't we, for 10, 15, 20 minutes before, and we'll have a little chat between the 5 of us, and sometimes there's other people in as well. So if I hear Roy or Ian or Jill or Cara, any of them talking about something in the green room that I think, right, it's not abnormal. That's what it's what presenters and hosts and producers do. But you've got to have people talking about stuff that sort of like gives them that little bit of bite and that little bit of feeling.
What are you looking forward to chatting about in today's show?
To be fair, it is a little bit of a difficult day for us. It's probably one of the most challenging days that we'll have had in thinking of storylines. And the season's coming to a little bit of a sorry end, in the sense that not that Liverpool have won the league or that the 3 teams have gone down, but it's the fact they've done it early, 3-4 weeks before the end of the season. So the Premier League, the games that we're watching now at the moment are for money. We've just watched an incredible game last night, Inter Milan and Barcelona. We've got Sean Dyche on as our guest today, and I don't know how many times we've talked about Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he's just announced he's leaving Liverpool in the last week. So we have to just touch on it, and I don't think there's too much else to say. To be honest with you, I think that everything that could have been said has been said. So you're thinking about sort of where are the points whereby you can create good conversation. There's only really the Arsenal semi-final, which is tonight against PSG, which we can preempt it a little bit. The one thing that I thought this week, and it's a mistake we've made, when we found out that Arsenal were playing on a Wednesday against PSG, we should have moved till tomorrow, to Thursday, Now you can't do that really because 5 people's diaries probably won't sync, but it would have meant that then we'd have got Carra on tomorrow. It would have meant that we'd have got the fallout of Arsenal getting to a Champions League final, or Arsenal getting knocked out against PSG and not getting to a Champions League final.
What do you reckon tonight, Ian?
Nerves, bro. But you saw the game last night, didn't you?
Yeah.
Honestly, if it's like that, because at this level, you know what I mean? If it's bam, 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 I'd take that as long as we win, to be honest. But
It's like a basketball match.
an amazing game last night, man. Jesus Christ, that's what you want to watch. That's why we done that show a couple of weeks ago. Gary saying how boring. It makes you realise how boring sometimes the games are you have to watch. Where do they get them legs? They got a second wind.
They brought subs with energy on, didn't they?
Yes, that's what they did.
Yeah.
I don't know if we
Great play for them.
have got subs, if we need them like that, because they came on and properly changed the game, their subs. I'm talking about game-changing subs. There's someone to come on, like, because at the moment, I saw them the other day. Who do we bring on? We bring on Sterling. You know what I mean?
I still find it mad that Sterling's there.
When it happened, I'm thinking that it's the perfect place for him to go and rectify and like show people like I'm still here. And I remember saying I don't want him to go out with a whimper, you know, because he's had such a great career. And now, you know, City left City, then Chelsea didn't go well. He's come to Arsenal. It's not. You just think the way it's petering out. It's really quite sad.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by Sky Bet. This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by Huel. Protein shifted in the latter part of my career. We were so carb focused in the early parts of nutrition being introduced at United. Then it shifted to protein and the understanding that straight away after a major training session that you'd have to basically sort of load with protein, and then that's not changed. It's sort of even become more apparent, not just necessarily now in sports teams at the elite level, but also I think in sort of mainstream, the population are aware that protein is something that you need to, you know, make sure you take in, and the amount of protein that you take in, and sort of particularly when you take it in as well. So yeah, it's something that's developed enormously in this last 20, 30 years. It shocked me last time I spoke to a nutritionist was a few years ago, and I was finding myself sort of like almost questioning what I was eating. I said about lightheaded in the afternoon, and they said you're not having enough protein, you're not having enough intake of food, and to try and get the level of protein that he told me to was almost impossible in a day without going for something like this. You know what I mean? It's 40 grams of protein, it tastes good, and it takes seconds to make, so get on with it. Right now, new customers can get my exclusive offer plus a free gift at huel.com/the overlap. That's my exclusive offer plus a free gift for new customers at huel.com/the overlap. I always remember when I came off the Beckham episode, the Rory episode, the Ronnie episode, the Ollie episode. People are going to love that. You know, football fans are going to love that conversation, and that's important. That's why we're doing this. You know, it's become something now that we really enjoy doing. But your question that you asked me was what we're going to do this morning. I ain't got a clue. I'm trying to think of what else there is this morning. Sometimes it's so obvious, you just think, wow, we've got unbelievable subjects this morning. Sometimes you think, not sure today, even though you still get the text through from Barry saying it was a great watch. Get a text through from Barry every week. This is episode 75 of Stick to Football, and it's a great watch. Right, thanks, Barry. If you just copy and pasted that from the last week, we'll change the number basically.
What am I doing? Just brushing up on the sports news this morning. See if there's any other topic we've not covered off from yesterday.
Barry, are you going to 1 week at least say, look, want the best this week?
What do you think?
Arsenal in the Champions League.
Don't make me speak about something I'm not passionate about.
Action.
Well, what is on the running order, Ben? Seriously, what's on the running order for today?
Classic match last night. Inter Milan. Going to the Champions League final, beating Barcelona.
Trent again. I might as well just call this the Trent podcast.
Champions League, Trent, and then
Champions League. So Champions League into Barcelona, Arsenal, PSG, Trent.
Trent, and then
Not much else, is there?
You know what? I texted Gary yesterday and said, what's the running order? Because I'll have a little look. And he just rocks up and just does it, which is incredible. But then I'm thinking, is someone feeding him information?
Maybe Forest. Europa League final, Tottenham United. Maybe, but is it too early? They've not got through yet. I mean, how many times have we done Ange keep his job? I'm hoping that somebody's got something different.
the Pope.
The Pope. We won't cover the Pope today. Do you know what I like sometimes when we get into a detail? What type of player would we want to play as our number 10? Where is the next Ronaldo and Messi?
Hey!
He's late. He's
I'm
late.
not
Look,
late.
look.
I've been chatting with the-
25-2.
I've been chatting with the staff.
No way. There is no staff. There wasn't here.
I'm just trying to think about it. It sounds crazy. I'm watching Yellowstone at the moment. I'm 4 series in. You might just start off with that. I'm going in here this morning looking for that idea that basically I've not thought of myself. Right, let's go. We've still got to do a really good hour. We've got to make sure it's good. Oh yes, I didn't tell you a little secret, so we have to have 2 different outfits to make people think it's 2 separate weeks. I am letting the cat out of the bag here, aren't I? So basically, you'll see me in this jumper on the first one, and also a t-shirt second. There you go. Simple as that. Morning, morning. Hello. How are we?
Alright.
Very good.
Very good.
They could have music in there or something, man. They could have something just to. You just come in and it's like that.
Mags, are you on your camera 2 and 3 at the minute?
Right. PSG Arsenal tonight, yeah. See what happens. Into Barcelona, yeah. Trent. Yeah.
Who's parking out there? Someone takes over.
Which one is it?
Is it a Mercedes?
No.
Oh,
That's
good.
Jules.
It's
That's
a
Jules.
BMW.
Is it yours?
Goldie, it's not you.
Everyone was scared.
I know exactly.
No, someone's blocking. You can't get in. There's no.
Is it yours?
It's definitely not me.
I bet they're not over 2 spaces.
Is it you, Joe?
No, but there's
No.
a couple of cars across.
It's Gary's, yeah.
Is there anything out of the ordinary? Is there anything that's sort of like...
Scott wanted that Joe Wilkinson question, didn't he? The community question.
He's on a podcast and I've sent a question in to stick to football. I bet you they won't read it out. It's not even a bad question. What is the question?
This is a question for Gary.
It's a good question, actually.
You give Jamie Stick swapping from being a blue to playing for Liverpool. Gary, if you were coming through the ranks at Man United now, City offered you a place in their academy, would you take it?
No. Well, not really.
Done. Yeah.
You had the question, Joe. And if you were playing at Man United now, do you think you'd still be a one-club man?
I actually went to present. So the under-8s, United's under-8s, the new cohort that joined. I went to present them with like shields on Sunday and welcome them to the club and the parents. I do it every year. Like it's behind-the-scenes stuff. And I thought, do you know something? Would I get picked by United now if I was an 11-year-old, 10-year-old? Like with what?
First team, probably.
No, no, with what they're looking for. You mean with what what they're looking for in players? And would I survive at United? Would I end up, getting chewed up and all? You just don't know, do you? You just have no idea. I was looking at them kids the other day. They're 8-year-old, and I thought, you've got 10 years before you become a professional.
And what about those 2? Are they orange?
Same again. All the ones on the floor go to here.
Okay.
The ones on the top go to blue.
Okay.
So cycling back through the daylight.
Do you know what was brilliant last night? Do you know what I loved? I went down my end room.
Yes.
No volume on. I just watched it. But it was like boxers on the rope.
Exactly.
One team was gone, then they
Yes,
come back.
yes.
I know.
Then they have a momentum. Barca were by far the best team,
Honestly,
weren't they? The Barca were brilliant.
I'm not just saying it with that Lamine Jamal, but did he beat someone every time he took them on there?
I know, but then some of his, listen, he's a young kid.
Some of his
balls,
deliveries,
it's
yeah,
too much.
weren't good.
Do you know, a couple of times they had it and they kept giving it to him. I think mix it up a little bit.
What about
Brilliant game.
what about the save from the keeper, Sommer?
That was actually a great
When you
game.
Should he score though? He should score.
You know something? I think.
Oh no,
that-
the one. Oh yeah. No, what about the other one where the guy who scored the first goal and he nearly gets the second one?
Martin.
Garcia.
Yeah.
He's got to score
He's
that.
gotta score
How
that.
big was the gap of the goal?
Oh, when the goalie
Yeah,
came in, yeah, you
yeah.
have to, yeah. But still,
But what a game.
I was so happy Inter Milan won.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
It'll be a great fight against PSG one day.
yeah.
Should we talk about Scott McTominay?
Yeah.
Did Manchester United make a mistake letting Scott McTominay go?
Yeah.
That Inter Milan team had what?
Yeah, Damian.
Mkhitaryan.
I tell you what, let's do that.
Maradona.
Ollie, in fact, Ollie was strong on McTominay, wasn't he? Can you get me Ollie's quote on McTominay?
Yeah.
And then what we can do is biggest mistake by a club letting a player go. Biggest ever mistake by a club letting a player go.
How can you sell Scott?
Lukaku, no?
Salah, Chelsea Salah, De Bruyne.
De Bruyne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coffee, anyone? Yes.
I'll have a coffee, please, Chris. How are you? You all right? Okay.
Right, yeah. Just a black coffee, Gary.
Just a black one with a touch of milk into a white.
See, I love the game. These people need stat packs.
These
I don't.
people.
Yeah, you need stat
They need stat packs. I don't.
I need stat
you know what?
packs.
I love the
remember.
game. I love the game. They don't love the game. There's loads of people on TV, they don't love the game of football. Asked you the question of who got promoted last week from League 2. You wouldn't have a fucking clue.
No.
Who got promoted from League 2 last week?
I say don't know.
Yes, exactly. You don't love the game. Get out.
The game doesn't love you.
Honestly.
Some of us are too busy just to constantly be watching football.
Yeah, you're sitting there.
You're like 70 now.
That's my
You can
point.
just chill.
That's
You
my
can watch
point.
your games.
You're too busy.
I've still got a life.
You'll go to London to open a shop for 200 quid. I'd rather watch a game. Jesus.
And that's just a voucher.
Yeah. I feel like I've not done the podcast for months.
Anyway, are
have I?
you okay? Everything
You miss
okay?
it. You could see how you miss
You had
it.
a good couple of weeks?
Not bad. Usual, ups and downs.
Have you
you
been
know,
away?
Life. No.
You look brown.
If I say this one more time. You know the sun. There's only one sun. You know people go, have you been away? No, on my back garden.
No, but you do look tan.
Yeah,
Like really
yeah, 'cause
tan.
I sit on my back garden in the sun.
See, that's what I mean.
Everyone says, have you been to Dubai?
retired.
No, I've been on my back garden. There's only one sun, I'm sure of it.
No, but you do look well. I was actually
Thanks.
giving you a compliment.
No, she wasn't.
You can't even give her a compliment.
You can't get in with it at
Righty,
the moment.
there was a her tone. There was an angle.
You didn't like it.
It wasn't
There's a bit-
genuine.
there's a-
Yeah, it is.
I was actually being nice.
Cantona, Stam.
Did you have PK from?
Great.
Were you there at the moment?
Deitch, I want to get him on Jordan Pickford. How good is Jordan Pickford?
You know, the thing is that I'm doing obviously that Baller League, managing with Chloe Kelly doing the Baller League and not doing very well.
But what is the Baller League?
It's not easy managing.
I've not seen it on social. Like, what is it?
In an 11-side game, that's the kind of thing what you go 5-6 yards to save somebody else doing 20. It's not like that in 6-a-side. If you do that, you are blocking them off and you're getting them frustrated.
How do you get a team in Baller League? What is it?
I hope I'm not boring people, and then hopefully you can go and score. It's very simple.
Ben, you go and do writing Jill now in the green room.
The game's evolving in that respect for youngsters. They want more than just a Premier League game that's like boring them. They want to see skills, man.
I think we'll be all right, just because putting 6 of them big ones on anyway might just take the plates off.
Hello.
How are we?
Good.
Roy,
Jill,
right here.
Ned's got a lot in his mind. You can tell. It's coming out of your energy. Is I've got a lot on. This podcast is getting in your way today, but we'll get through it. Don't worry. All we have is today, Gary. Tomorrow, and when you get to tomorrow's today. So don't worry about tomorrow.
I can't understand how you can go from that bad to then do
That's
that.
amazing.
United.
United are a disgrace.
They are
They're
literally
actually-
turning it on and off.
We'll start with that then.
You know what she said to fans? The next few games, going, don't come and support us because we're not going to try. We're not trying. Up at Newcastle, we're saying, we got a second against Lee. You've always got another game to worry about.
Yes.
By the way, how can you make that many changes and you're still rubbish? You're 3-0 up from the first leg. The game was until Thursday night, and they're like, we've got to be. What are you doing? What mindset is that?
What do you mean?
Like resting players.
Like resting players going, we've got a
days.
game next week. Yeah, you're 3-0 up the first leg.
Yeah, but Roy, this is Man United.
All
like,
right.
Last chance
Do you know what?
saloon. They have to do everything.
Forget I brought up.
They have to. This is their last chance saloon. They have to make sure.
But you're 3-0 up from the first leg. Right,
That's
you're on
too
one
much
of them
pressure.
moods today. You're just.
I'm not in one of those moods today.
You are. You got your legs crossed. You're all like
Do you know what we should have done? We should have changed the day of this podcast to tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
We definitely should.
Of course,
Months ago.
because of the Arsenal game.
I know.
Well, I'm actually
I said that to you
free.
this morning.
have to speak about.
But you know what, Nev? Guess what? I'm free tomorrow. See, I'm always free.
I'm free
I know, but
But
tomorrow.
everyone's got a schedule.
I'm actually free.
Jill's opening a shop in Warrington.
I'm free.
Pet food place.
Yes,
Layla, you
it's
can
free.
do that and do me up, please. Layla, have you done me up? Are you going to do me in there? Or in here? I love that outfit, Layla. I might say that in this in the opener. lively.
I can't wait, mate. You tell.
United are annoying Roy again, so we'll go there this morning. Have to. There you go, something's annoyed him. How are we? Bit late, aren't we?
Here's Jill. Obviously, I just turned up like this. Quick shower. Look. Roy would never say beautiful. Watch, I'll say it when, do you like my hair? And he'll be like, no.
Did you do the marathon?
Yeah.
Wow. Jill got me trainers for it.
I tried, right, I hope you've got it on camera that I tried to give him a compliment. I was like, oh, have you been away? You look tan. He's like, why does everybody say there's only one son? There's only one son. Honestly, it's just... This is how I have to prep.
What's upset you about United this morning that you were going about in the green room?
Why are so bad they are? Getting on my nerves. They keep talking about
Let's
a game
switch it on
next
and off.
week. Oh, we've got a big game next week, and they're just not even trying. They keep writing these matches off. I understand, obviously, it's a big game for them. So you just dismiss these league matches. They're a disgrace now.
He might sign 4 or 5 players this year. They might have injuries next year, and he might still be with a team that he doesn't like, but he's got to find a way to win games.
Do you know who United should play at right wing back after that cross the other day? Harry Maguire.
Oh, relax, Jill,
Did
will
you
ya?
see his...
Harry Maguire crossed the ball and everyone's going, what an amazing feat. He crossed the ball!
Okay, Gary, let's push this conversation along. We're dragging on a bit too much.
You run for 4 minutes and last thing you did.
We haven't messed the first
We
one.
haven't messed it.
We're only
You messed it.
1-0 down.
Bottle him.
If I ask...
Bottom went, shut your mouth, Scosey.
Bring it.
Right, we're here, we're finished. That's it, end of the episode. We didn't quite get to
leave that last
Scholes'.
bit
One
out,
thing
I
you would
think.
change about the
Yes,
world.
Scorsy, come on.
Scosey's changed something.
We've got to
well.
the end. We've got to the end.
We haven't got to the end.
Got to the end.
It's nice to be nice. Remember that. Jill, how much does it cost to be nice?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Wish people remember that.
See, look, this is being nice.
Hi, it's Gary here. Just a quick one to let you know that Stick to Football is taking a short summer break, but the brand new series is just around the corner on Thursday, the 14th of August.
You know what's good is that just wearing what you like and people like it. That's what I'm quite pleased about.
Roy, I need you to do
I'm not doing anything,
Soccer
Jill.
Aid.
I'm not doing
Keep
anything.
ringing us every single day.
Come on,
Can you just come along for the day?
I do stuff for charity every day of the week, man.
I
Jesus.
know, but all you have to do is be the manager. That's
All I have to do is be the manager, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
it's only
I've tried that
before.
before.
That's it. Right, let's go.
Sean Dash, baby.
I want to nip to the toilet quickly. Toilet. Toilet.
You alright, guys?
Yeah, good.
Right.
Hey, Sean Dash is here, bro. Say hello to Sean Dash.
You good? Oh, very quiet.
I know.
I'm reading up.
Can be.
What are you reading up on?
Hey,
It's a bit
late. No, you should have done your homework last night.
I got this in Paris.
I think you're here, Dave.
So, I love it, Jill.
You like it?
I personally think football's going in the wrong direction now, and I think there's an uprising. I think even fans, they're going, bored, I'm getting bored of it. You know, I keep hearing CDM. I'm going, what about just being a midfielder when you used to run up there and try and score and used to run back there and stop it going in that goal?
It's too simple.
Everyone's a number, aren't they? 6, 8,
2, 8,
10.
Playing with 2 soft 9s.
I was a soft 16.
No, soft.
Soft 16.
Well, that's it. Promo's done. Home we go. See you in 2 weeks. Boom. Boom. Right. Excellent. See you later, Paul. See you later, everybody. Thank you.
Very good. Another one done. Yeah, successful. Now the real work begins. Get to the edit.
Hi everyone, here's the edit for the topical episode of Stick to Football, which will go out at 8 AM tomorrow morning, and it's a great watch. Thanks, Barry.